Now this is a biker bar.
Welcome to Kickstands Up Radio, the podcast where we discuss all things motorcycles, from the latest gear to the best routes for your group ride. Here's your host, the Harley Hooligan, Rebel Rider Tony P, and he's here to rev up your engines and tickle your funny bone. So grab a cold one, pull up a leather seat, and let's ride into the hilarious world of biker culture. Just remember, if you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much room in the garage.
Excuse me, I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Gentlemen, let's broaden our minds.
Well, what is going on, everyone? Listen, I know it's been a bit, and I apologize. I've been on vacation. I've had some things I had to deal with, some things I had to do. But the Rebel Riders live today. I'm here to talk. You let me know if y'all are out there. I'd love to hear from you. Today we're live on Twitch. We're also recording this for our podcast channel. So, with that being said, like I said, I've been on vacation, so I've had some time. Unfortunately, while I was off on vacation, I did not have a chance to do any riding. So, is what it is. You know, I did not have a chance to do any riding. Spent a week off. Today was my first day back. So, but again, guys, today we're live on Twitch. I am going to be recording this also. So y'all have any questions, I'd love to hear from you. I don't have a whole lot of stuff to cover, but it's just been a while since I've recorded. And it's been a while since we've been live. So that's why we wanted to jump on today. So if y'all have any questions, please let me know. But in the meantime, you know, I got some info here that I wanted to share. I was reading this article. The article that I read with, and please let me know if you agree with me or not. This article came off of Top Speed, and it is the 10 best bobbers on the market. No, I'm not talking about fishing bobbers. I'm talking about motorcycles. So, who doesn't love a bobber? They're fun, they're simple, and they've maintained a healthy reputation as some of the most reliable motorcycles for nearly 100 years. The term bobber, it really came, it first came into existence when someone who isn't an engineer or isn't a mechanic would perform a DIY or customization job on their motorcycle. Now, that's not necessarily true. At least not in my opinion. Now, with me, I'm going to go ahead and start on this list. But the 10 bobbers that Top Speed has put out there and said that they are the 10 best bobbers on the market today. And let's start at the top of the list. Number 10, it's the Harley-Davidson Softail Standard. Retail starting MSRP is around $14,500. You know, that's about average, about $14,500. And then it's got right around 85 horse under that Milwaukee 8107 engine, 110 foot-pounds of torque, and its overall weight is right at 655. Okay, now that's a pretty lightweight bike, honestly. For a Softail, it is. Number 9, just under 17 grand is the MSRP on this one. Y'all, this is the Harley-Davidson Street Bob 114. The Street Bob 114. Beautiful bikes. Beautiful bikes. It's got the Milwaukee 8114 with 100 horse and about 119 foot-pounds of torque, and still right around the same weight class. So 655. Okay. Number 8, which we're going to hit on, is the Fat Bob 114. And it's just under 18.9. And I mean just a short hairs under 18.9. Beautiful bikes. Love the Fat Bobs. Great bikes. You know, to me, a true bobber would be set up with this class. You know, this class of bike. I really like this Fat Bob. It's got the same, the Milwaukee 8114, 100 horse, 119 foot-pounds of torque. And this one's a little bit heavier because it's that Fat Bob, around 675 pounds. Okay. You can really put that Mad Max style into these bikes and really make them turn out really nice. Really make them turn out real nice. Now, y'all looking for a cheap bike out there? At number 7, we got the Indian Scout Bobber. Guys, this bike starts under 12.5. That's the MSRP. It's 12.5. Okay. Another all-American bike, that Indian. Beautiful bikes. It's a liquid-cooled V-twin. 1,133 cc's, give or take. Horsepower is right at about 100, right around 100 horsepower. 72 foot-pounds of torque. And guys, this thing is super lightweight. 533 pounds. 533 pounds. You could damn near pick this thing up. I mean, holy hell. Great bikes. It's an Indian though. You know what I mean? And I mean, there's people out there that absolutely love Indians. And for those of you that do, guys, we got number 6 for you also. That's the Indian Chief Bobber Dark Horse. The MSRP is right at about 16.5 on this one. Another beautiful bike. I'm not a huge fan of the Indians, but I mean, I do really kind of like this one. I really do. It's got that Thunderstroke 116 V twin, 79 horse, and 120 pounds foot of torque. And the weight right at 700 pounds, or just a little bit under 700 pounds. And guys, don't hate on Yamaha, because Yamaha has got number 5 in this spot. Yep, they do. So it cuts the drive between Harley and Indian at number 5. The Yamaha Bolt R Spec. Guys, Yamaha. Listen, before I bought my Harley, I had a V-Star XVS 1100 Custom. Loved that bike. Absolutely loved that bike. I mean, gorgeous. Gorgeous. You can't go wrong with it. It's got a 942 cc V-twin. Air-cooled. Just so you know. 59 foot-pounds of torque. And, you know, not a whole lot of torque. Not a whole lot of horsepower. But, again, it's super lightweight. 542 pounds. And, guys, this next bike here, the number 4, my father-in-law had one of these. This was a Triumph Bonneville. The Triumph Bonneville Bobber. Beautiful. I mean, these things are sick. I mean, you can do a lot to them. And what I do like about them, guys, get a load of this. It's a 1200 cc 8-valve single overhead cam with a 270 degree crank angle parallel V-twin. 76.9 horsepower, 78.2 foot-pounds of torque, coming in at only 553 pounds. I mean, geez, all Petey. Come on. 553 pounds. You know, I'm here. Another Triumph hits our number 3. That's the Rocket 3R Chrome Edition. This thing, I mean, honestly, and if I would have put this picture up, you guys wouldn't believe it. Since I'm not putting the picture up, I want you guys to look this up. Shoot me a message and let me know how you like it. My email is right here below. It's kickstandsupradio@gmail.com. The Triumph Rocket 3R Chrome Edition. The MSRP on this one is almost $25,000. That's pretty expensive, but I mean, this thing looks straight up like something out of the future. I mean, it does. It's pretty nasty looking. Pretty nasty looking bike. But, you know, for that $25,000, you're going to get an inline 3-cylinder engine, 2,458 cc water-cooled dual overhead cam engine, 165 horse, 163 foot-pounds of torque, and guys, under 700 pounds total weight, under 650 pounds total weight, 641 grand total weight. Good God. I mean, packing a punch at 2,458 cc's, holy hell, this thing will put you on your ass. I mean, it will. It will. And if you want to start out, guys, this is probably one of the best bikes to be a beginner on. Our next one, weighing in at number 2, most inexpensive, almost the most inexpensive bike that you can possibly get. It's the Honda Rebel 1100. Starting MSRP is only $94.99. Guys, I mean, I've seen a lot of people start learning how to ride these beginner bikes. The Rebels are perfect for that instance. And they really are. Sorry, had to take a drink. But the Rebel 1100, like I said, starting MSRP is right at $94.99. You get a 1,083 cc liquid cooled parallel twin 4-stroke, 86 horse, 72 foot-pounds of torque, and only 487 pounds. I mean, Lord, how tiny. Now, I said that the Rebel MSRP is $94.99. At this time, we'd like to thank one of our sponsors, Rebel Road Authentic. If you're in need of any custom decals, including motorcycle helmet decals or tank decals, reach out to them at rebelroadauthentic@outlook.com. Or you can visit their website and message them directly, rebelroadauthentic.com. They have the largest selection of fonts available online and other unique one-of-a-kind gifts, personalized t-shirts, drink tumblers, and as a special gift to our listeners, if you use your coupon code RADIO at checkout, you will receive a 15% off discount. Our number 1 on the list here, it's even more inexpensive. It is the Kawasaki Vulcan S. Starting MSRP on this is only $73.49. It's lean, mean, and ready to ride. It's a 4-stroke, 2-cylinder, 649 cc, dual overhead cam liquid cooled engine with 61 horse and 46.3 foot-pounds of torque, weighing in at only 491.7 pounds. I mean, come on. Come on. What do you guys think? I mean, do you think I'm off base on that top 10? But again, this is not just my selection. These bikes came off of, this list came off of Top Speed. You can go back and take a look at it, verify the information. I'm not bullshitting you, you know. But guys, hey, listen, now that we're through that top 10, I just want to say thank you for joining me today. I am the Rebel Rider, Tony P, and I'm here just to entertain y'all.